I just have to ask, Jill and Carlos, did you walk today? We did. They walked to church today. Oh, I love that. So, hi online too. If we haven't met here or online, I'm Kitty Benson. I'm the minister here at Unity. And it's our first snow of the year, so there's a little bit of energy going on in the room. There's gorgeous beautiness here. Our lights are waiting to be prepared, and they will be ready to go next week, as God is my witness. Yes. So I'm just grateful to have your energy here with us. We have our last Sunday on the message, One Good Thing After Another. And I just feel like every time I come here on a Sunday and get to spend time with you, that I feel that one good thing, one good thing, one good thing. Just so grateful to be here with all you today. And what's our music for today, Highest Good?
Now, some people didn't do this, but you are here, so I know. Arise, shine. You embody it. Come on.
One of my favorites. Will you stand as you're able or stay seated if that feels better? And let's sing.
Good morning, everyone. Out of the dark I come. Into the light, into the blazing sun. Eyes open wide, wakening to love's plan. I was born to be the child of I am. Arise, shine, arise, shine, for the light has come. Arise, shine, for the light has come, and the glory of love has risen, and the glory of love has risen, the glory of love has risen within you. Let's sing that again, arise. Out of the dark I come. Into the light, into the blazing sun. Eyes open wide, wakening to love's plan. I was born to be the child of I am. Arise, shine, for the light has come. Arise, shine, for the light has come, and the glory of love has risen. The glory of love has risen. The glory of love has risen within you. Arise, shine. Arise, shine, for the light has come. Arise, shine, for the light has come, and the glory of love has risen. The glory of love has risen. The glory of love has risen within you. And the glory of love has risen. The glory of love has risen. The glory of love has risen within you. I know we sing those songs, and sometimes I don't think so much about the words, but I was thinking about the words today, and it's about, for me, choosing to move and arise in that light. because I could choose to stay in bed a lot of the time, right? But I have the choice. That's our freedom. I am free to choose the light. I am free to be so much more than I think or ever imagine. Same for you. You are absolutely free. In expression, I am free. I am free to be the Christ in. Let's sing it again. Oh, I am free. I am free to be the Christ in expression. I am free. I am free to be the Christ in expression. My wisdom lets me know the guidance of my soul. My will sets the way. My heart knows I must take. My heart knows I must take. Oh, I am free. I am free to be the Christ in expression. I am free. I am free to be the Christ in expression. My faith lets me see the Christ I'm free to be. My power chooses thoughts that only raise me up, that only raise me up. Oh, I am free. I am free to be the Christ in expression. I am free. I am free to be the Christ in expression. My power to say no releases what must go. My love sets me free to be the good I seek. Oh, I am the good I seek. Oh, I am free. I am free to be the Christ in expression. I am free. I am free to be the Christ in expression.
Okay, so remember that country western twangy spirit that took hold of us last week? I think it's still in the house.
Just came right back up.
In the name of Jesus, I can. Come on, you can stay. Oh, let's just take a breath of joy and gratitude and be in this moment, present to the love, to the enthusiasm for life, the wisdom, the power, that which Spirit is, we choose to be. All the good God is, we are. We thank you, Spirit. This is the truth of our being. Now we let it be. And so it is. Will you help me speak our invocation? The words are up here on the screen. Together? There's only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Thank you. You may be seated.
Okay.
That's right. It's cool off.
Right? I'm like, okay, sometimes. It's the season, because I don't know how many layers to put on. And sometimes it's too many layers. And here's another confession. I don't know how many years we've been in this building, but I only now discovered that you put these towels out on this nice little table near the door, and I don't have to fight with the machine. Have you ever been in there fighting with the machine? Little pieces of paper going everywhere? No. I'm one with the machine. Dispenser. If we could only say that, not only about towel dispensers, but our relationship with one another. I am one with all of you. See, like how I folded the towel in there? Thank you. Okay. This is a song called Love Everybody by our friend Ricky Byers Beckwith. Love, love, love everybody. Love, love, love. When it's hard to love, love, our loving will change the world. Let's sing that again. Love, love, love everybody. Love, love, love. When it's hard to love, love, our loving will change the world. Share and share, share, share who you are and share, share, share. When it's hard to share, share, your loving will change the world. Let's sing. And sing, sing, sing all together. Sing, sing, sing. When it's hard to sing, sing. Our singing will change the world. And care, care, care for each other. Care, care, care for the ones who need care. Our caring will change the world. And find me singing for you, arms wide open for what we came to do. And within the dream is a melody true. Love everybody, let the love shine through. Everybody singing love, love, love everybody. Love, love, love. When it's hard to love, love, our loving will change the world. Our loving will change the world. Our loving will change the world.
Beautiful harmony. Love that. Sounds so beautiful. You weren't so bad yourself. This has been one of those weeks where I've had the opportunity to practice what I preach. And I reminded myself, thank goodness that we had that Super Beings class recently. Anybody here that took the Super Beings class? Raise your hand. Yeah. Okay, so remember that part about where God's good is so big that if it exploded into manifestation, there would not be room enough to contain it all here in this earth. There would not be room enough to contain it all in this universe. It's so big. It's so infinite. Which is why I think it works better as one good thing after another, because if it's so much that we can't contain it, then let's not confuse the issue. Let's just take one good thing after another. Be looking for it, expect it. And we started by talking about this topic, reminding ourselves that in order to receive from the flow, we have to have a receiving consciousness. We have to expect that good thing to be out there, ready to come in. So the question is, how big is your container, your consciousness level? What are you expecting to come in? And are you considered a receiver, or do you feel like you don't deserve or there's not enough? That might be something you want to work on. And even though we may have a receiver's consciousness and expecting one good thing after another, we also must have the giving consciousness. Because as the universe is a circulation, our consciousness must be the same. So we should expect it to come in and we should allow it to go out. We are the giver as much as we are the receiver if we're going to be able to benefit from that good. And today we're going to focus on how to take that good and manifest it into something that feels wonderful. I'm hoping that each one of you have had that opportunity in your life to say, yeah, I saw that come into being. I knew that was happening. I helped it happen. I created that. Has anyone had that experience? Where you consciously were aware that you were creating something, and voila, here it is. It's about, I love the way that Esther Hicks puts it up here on the screen. She said, you are life in the process of living life, in the creation of more life, and the reason for all that is joy. When we wonder what the purpose of life it is, there it is. You are life, you're here living it, and you're meant to create more of it. You have that power, you have that ability within you, and so we're going to talk today about how to manifest it. And to begin with, I want you to remember that everything begins in our consciousness. This universe was created in the mind of God. And we are made in the image and likeness of God. We are God expressing. Therefore, we create from the mind first. And we learned something in our Super Beings class that might have been a new term for some of us. In order for us to manifest, we have to be the mental equivalent of it. Be the mental equivalent of it first, before we see it, before we can experience it. Something that we've got a few writers that helped us understand this from the book, but Emmett Fox was one up here on the screen. He said, always the thing you see in the outer, think all the physical stuff in the universe, is the precipitation on the physical plane of a mental equivalent held by one or more people. So everything we see with our physical eyes here started by what was held in the mind of consciousness first, both individually and also collectively. That's why we talk about the collective consciousness, because it's kind of a majority rules in this human race, where the majority of consciousness held by the human race is what we see in the big picture out here on planet Earth. In our personal life, we get a chance to create something more individualized. And here's what John Randolph Price said about in his book, Super Beings. A mental equivalent is a rock-solid conviction, a subconscious pattern, a realization or subconscious comprehension of truth. All that's kind of a mouthful. So think of conviction as an absolute knowing. And the subconscious is mentioned a couple times there in that statement, because that's where our beliefs are stored. Our memories, our thoughts, our feelings, and that's the layer that we're not usually aware of in our day-to-day lives, but that's the level of our belief system that actually builds into the physical world in front of us. So we may be thinking with our mind, I want that thing, I'm ready for that thing, but we've got so many memories of shortage stored up in the subconscious level from our history that it is a stronger energy. It is the one that's building the it's not here yet level. And that can get frustrating for us, right? We think we've learned this whole thing, we're talking about it, we're seeing it, and yet there's still that level of doubt in the subconscious, just because it's habit. It's habit. A habit made can be changed. Say that. A habit made can be changed. So trust that. So yes, you may be stuck, but it doesn't mean you have to stay stuck forever. We're trying to create such a deep knowing in our mind, in our subconscious level, that now it's in alignment with our superconscious mind, that mind of God within us that already knows where we want to go and already has all that we need. They need to be speaking the same language, subconscious, superconscious. And so once we get to that place where when we have a thought about something, it feels good and there's no doubt there, there's no resistance, now you know all three levels of your consciousness are combined. And now you're opening the door for manifestation. So what that does is it activates the divine law that as we give, as we believe, it shall be done to us. And it's that divine law that attracts to those thoughts that we're holding in mind, the feelings that are generated from those thoughts, and actually those pictures that begin to form in our mind. All of that is activating that divine law and bringing to us that heart's desire. So something that Ernest Holmes wrote said that when we understand the law, all that we have to do is embody consciously what we wish and think of that only, and then we shall be drawn silently to it. There it is again. Mental equivalent equals embody consciously. I am that thing. In my faith, in my understanding of it, I am already that thing that I'm seeking. Now, I've talked regularly here about how science and spirituality are one and the same. They might use different languaging. Spirituality came up with it first, just so you know. Spirit, God, divine mind was here way before we classified something as science. But science is basically just revealing ways that spirit can work in the world. And I came across this website called quantumenergy.org and the article Act of Observation, where they were talking about quantum physics and experimenting with all the elements of that and how it works. And the writer said experimental outcomes conform to the experimenter's expectations. Does that not sound familiar? Living consciousness is somehow, see, they're still not quite sure why. Living consciousness is somehow central to this process of transforming the unconstructed quantum world, they would say that field of quantum energy, into something resembling everyday reality. So they know there's this single field of energy, and they know that it becomes something manifest in the world, and they figured out that somehow consciousness is involved. All possibilities exist in the quantum field. The act of observation collapses them into actuality. So it's observing what we expect to see happen is what takes that field, that wave of energy, and turns it into particles that we can touch and taste and see with our eyes. Isn't that fun to see that finally? Now, they're not going to admit this, but science and spirit are saying the same thing, that we're creating here in the manifest world that which is coming from our consciousness. And our job is to consciously hold that one good thing in mind in order for it to manifest. And I got to say that if you look at the world right now, you'll see what the mental equivalent is. How's it looking? The mental equivalent is expressing itself in the nature of the world today. And let's bring it into the personal world. Your world, your personal world right now is revealing what your mental equivalent is. This is what you've been thinking and feeling and believing long enough that it is manifested in your life. So just be aware of that and be aware that you have some power. So it's easier for the human being, because this has been our pattern and our habit, to get a mental equivalent of the negative, and therefore that's what we see mostly out in the world. But this is why Jesus said, don't judge by appearance. Stop letting the outside world guide your mental equivalent. Stop trusting in that. And I didn't bring you this far in this series to leave you hanging. We're going to actually go through some steps today to show you how to get to that mental equivalent for what it is that you want to create. And that is step one. What is it that you want to create? What is your heart's desire? Do you know that I ask that question sometimes in classes and they just can't come up with an answer? And that's okay, because we're so busy putting out fires and dealing with the troubles of life. Who takes time to daydream and say, wouldn't it be nice if I had $1 zillion? Wouldn't it be nice if I could get up in the morning and feel healthy and strong every day? Instead, we wake up going, I feel like fill in the blank, whatever it is. Okay, so here's the deal. Remember that quote from Hicks that said that we're here to be life and creating more life? So that's our purpose. That's our main reason to get out of bed in the morning, is to create more life, to be an expression of life. So number one, let's clarify it. What kind of life do I want to be today? And we talk about the desire that comes up in our heart as something that spirit lays on that heart. You and spirit are one. When I say spirit, I am just as easily saying your higher self. I'm actually saying God expressing as you. So there's no difference between spirit and you, your spirit. So when a desire, I say God lays on our heart, it's actually our higher self, God, laying it on our heart to be this thing in the world, using this physical body as a channel. So let's start with just knowing that when we feel a desire for something and it's not going to hurt anybody and it's for good, trust that spirit wanting to be this through and as you. So ask yourself, what's the next good thing I would like to bring forth? What feels good to my heart? And if you are still struggling with knowing what that is, then it might be that you just want to look at what's going on right now that you wish wasn't going on and ask yourself, what's the opposite of that? What would you prefer instead? See it going completely the other way that you would look like, and that will help you figure out what that desire is. Knowing that when that desire comes up in your awareness, Spirit's already there with all the resources you need to bring it forth. It would not show up in you if it didn't have the ability to express itself, whether it's prosperity or health or loving relationships. It's all there present in Spirit, just seeking to express through us. We can't manifest it, though, if we're not aware of it, if we're not naming it and being clear on what it is. And as we start to identify it, then the next step here is to use your picturing power, your imagination, to flesh it out, to go deeper into what it could be like. If this were happening in my life right now, how would my life change? Who would be in my life? What would I be doing? How could I be using myself in a positive way? Just let that imagination stretch and grow, because it's the picture in your mind that starts to call that substance, that spiritual energy to it, and put clothes on it and make it more physical. The pictures that we hold in mind produce in kind. And this is the fun part. Who wouldn't want to just lay around all day thinking up really fun things? Give yourself time to do that every day. What would you like to believe in? Now, of course, the ego will step in and say, that's too hard. But this is where the queen stepped in Alice in Wonderland, and she's like, girl, I believe as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. You can do this. You can think of some impossible things and go to that end result in your picturing power and see what it's going to be like when it's ready to manifest. And as you start to hold that picture, remember that picture also has an attractive energy to it, and it's not only drawing substance to it, it's drawing feelings out of you. Because as you can see it in your mind's eye, you start to get excited, enthused, expectant. And it's those feelings that are going to help push you over the edge. We can't just manifest with pictures. We have to bring feelings in as well. Neville Goddard, big on feelings, said, when you know what you want, you must deliberately focus your attention on the feeling of your wish fulfilled until that feeling fills the mind and crowds out all other ideas out of consciousness. So I am this close to producing something that started as a requirement, not necessarily a desire. It started as a requirement that I knew I was going to need to create. But as I played this game, it began to be more fun. It began to be more fun because it actually started showing me how Spirit is working one good thing after another. I literally just, something would happen, and I literally would just stand back and say, there it is. That's Spirit. Ooh, I'm going to cry. How about that? Okay, so what I'm talking about is, come Friday, I'm going to move into this new house. And I've had 2 housemates staying with me for the last 6 years, I guess, 7 years. And they've both retired now, and they're ready to move to Arizona. And, oh dear, it's today, and I just might cry. So they're taking my Ginger with them. Okay, my beagle, their beagle, so I have to let her go. Yeah, so anyway, it's been an opportunity for me to walk this process. And it started out with a requirement. I'm not going to live in this big house by myself. So it's time for me to look for a place to live. In one of the worst buyer's markets in history, it's time for me to go buy a house. And I'm good at going into denial, so I was like, I'll think about that next year. So I really did think it was going to happen next spring. So every once in a while, I'd go online and I'd take a look and see what was out there, and it was like, oh, no, I can't live there. And I'd always see this one ad, like first thing pop up, first thing it would say that they're building new, and I wanted like townhome type of stuff where someone else would take care of the outside, do all the shoveling and the lawn and stuff, and I didn't have to worry so much about caring for my house. And but they're building brand new. I'm thinking, yeah, that's probably out of my price range. And I wouldn't look. I'd just go back to all the stuff that I didn't want to live in. And every once in a while, I'd look again. And finally, I allowed myself to really look. And the first thing I thought was, if I stretched, I could probably afford that payment. But do I really want to do that? And I would just fight back and forth with this divine idea that was trying to come to life in me. And long story short, my higher self won, and I got in the car and I drove over to take a look at these. And it's a development that has townhomes and single-family homes and duplexes, and everything's a ranch. So there's no upstairs to deal with. And I thought, wow, this could be really nice. Now, I'd seen pictures online about what the inside of the house looked like, but there was none to look at physically. They had one going up, and it was just barely a frame, but they'd sold all the models, so I couldn't even go inside and see what this place would look like. So I began to use the pictures online to seep into my subconscious as this could be my new house. I saw every room. Pretty soon, I'd wake up and couldn't sleep at night, so I'd pop open to that website, and I'd start looking from room to room, and I'd look at the floor plan, and I'd start saying, now, where would my furniture go, and what would I have to get rid of? I literally was so in that house, and then suddenly an idea came to me. You can afford this. You have savings set aside from your last house that you never spent. Just buy the price down. So when I walked in there to have my first session with this woman, turns out they were offering in an 8% plus market for, what do you call that? Mortgage loans. They were offering 6.25%. And I went, that's a God thing. And oh, by the way, we're going to pay $7,500 on your closing costs. Wow, that's a God thing. And within 2 days, and I told you this, within 2 days, I'd gone back and put earnest money down on this house. So, of course, things came and went, like, could this get in the way, could this get in the way? But every time I turned around, it was a God thing showing up, one good thing after another. Like almost a week or two into applying for the loan, they sent me more things to review, and I thought, I already did this. I looked, and they'd lowered the interest rate. Lowered the interest rate. I'm like, this is a God thing. And not only was that house only being framed, but it was sitting on one of the best lots in the entire development with a view of a pond, and just across the street from the development is a nature center. Now, my desire was, it's a duplex, so only one tiny little wall that I might or might not hear anybody from. Quiet is my big number one need. Beauty, got a pond, got a nature center, big number one. Oh, by the way, there's a pool. I mean, it's just like every time I turned around, it was one good thing after another. So I'm living in it consciously. I'm seeing the pictures, and now I'm starting to get excited. And suddenly my loan's been approved, and our house sells in less than 2 weeks, and I'm moving in this coming weekend. So yay. Hallelujah for that. Picturing until you feel it, and keep checking in with the feelings. Every time I had a thought was, can I really afford this payment? It felt doubtful, didn't feel good. I remembered, okay, I'm not aligned with spirit. Just do the math, see how it feels, and go. Keep checking in with how it feels. Listen to what Esther Hicks says about this. If you don't take the time to line up the energy, if you don't find the feeling place of what you're looking for, no amount of action in the world will make any difference. This is one of my favorite quotes because it reminds me. You can stew and worry and go take care of business all you want, but if all the time your heart of heart is saying, no, no, I can't, not enough, you're going to be getting in your own way. So the feeling matters because that's the energy that changes the subconscious, that lines you up with your superconscious and makes you receptive to what it is you need to do next, to guide you along this path. That's how our manifestation begins. Now, after we do that, after we get those things going, the picturing and the feeling power, the next thing we want to do is watch your words, because we can talk ourselves out of it just as easily. What are you talking about? All things come into being through the word, the scripture said. All things, the invisible stuff, can be called forth with your words. Something that Charles Fillmore, our co-founder of Unity, says. The word is the generative center with all the possibilities of God at its call. And from Jesus, by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. So don't be putting your foot in your mouth, so to speak, with the words you're speaking with. Choose words that match the picture, that match the feeling. So many times we want health and well-being, but we just cannot stop ourselves from telling everyone about our symptoms. And I know how easy that is, trust me. And a lot of times we do it because it feels good to get some sympathy, but sympathy only lasts a minute and it only creates a lower energy in the body. So this is about being more conscious of what's coming out of our mouth, because words are meant to empower us. If we're going to talk about it, talk about what you're seeing as the new picture. Talk about what you're feeling as you see this thing coming forth. Write it in a journal and read it out loud. Come up with some affirmations, just short statements that everything in this process is working together for my good, and Spirit is handling the details. And then we want to use those words, including gratitude, in the process. We just had a national holiday to remind us to be thankful. So y'all should be focused on this. Gratitude is one of the highest frequency words and ideas that we can hold in consciousness. It's most aligned with the mind of God. If you can get your feeling energy into thank you for that, I'm looking forward to that, I'm so grateful that, now you're open for that invisible energy to manifest in the physical. So one of the things that we might want to do is pay attention to what's already produced in our life for good and be grateful for that. It could be family and friends, could be your health, could be the job that you have. Grateful for what you have expands it into something even greater. Now there's this scripture that people use a lot in 1 Thessalonians. It says, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. And I thought, what, he's a torturer? It's already hard enough when the circumstances stink, but now we're still supposed to give thanks for it? Is that what he said? What's he say? Give thanks. Give thanks in. What's the difference between give thanks in all circumstances and give thanks for all circumstances? What's the difference? Recognize what you're grateful for, what? In the moment. In the now. Has nothing to do with the circumstances. I can be thankful, and who cares what the circumstances are? No matter what's happening in my life, I'm being thankful. Not about that problem, but instead of or in spite of. It's irrelevant. I'm focused on gratitude. And why can we always, always, always be grateful no matter what the circumstances? Because first of all, that has no power over us. They can't deprive us of our good. And secondly, remember that your good comes from an undefeatable source, an infinite supply. So no matter how much it looks like shortage, we can give thanks that there's infinite supply. And when we can get into that level of thank you for my unlimited spiritual energy coming in and through me for my good, as soon as we can realize that, become the mental equivalent of that, now we're open and receptive to God's guidance as to who to talk to and where to go and what to do in order to manifest it, in spite of all circumstances. Stop looking at it and start turning within. And this is one of the things that we do as another step, is to become the benefit. Why do you want money in your life? Nobody wants money? Anybody want? Why do you want money in your life? To help. Anybody want to use it just for yourself? Because that's okay too. To go on vacation. To visit family. Yeah. Say again? To have a home. Yeah. So think about that for a minute. What if you started what do I mean by becoming what it is that you desire? It's not about the thing. It's not like you're going to become a home. What do you get from a home? Security, peace, warmth, comfort, joy. Okay, be those things now. Be joy and comfort and peace now. You don't need the house in order for you to feel that. Do you understand? So go to the benefit of the thing you want. What are you going to get out of that benefit? What are you going to get out of health? What could you get out of health? If your body's been sick and weak lately and suddenly you had health, what would you get out of that? Energy, strength, happiness, joy. A greater way to live. Freedom, there it is again, freedom. Yeah, so be freedom now. What does freedom feel like? Just sit in your picturing power room until you can start to feel freedom in you. And as soon as you create freedom in your energy, becoming the benefit, now you're attracting all kinds of things that provide freedom for you. Not just the healthy body, not just the house. Do you get that? You can do that today with no money, just a consciousness that you are completely in charge of. So what's the benefit of this thing that I'm reaching for, and how can I be that now? And then finally, we're talking about taking a step in that direction. If you've done all the prerequisites up to this point, Spirit is telling you very clearly what to do. Might just be step one, but that's all you need, and you can worry about the rest later. No, don't worry about the rest later. I will handle the rest later. The rest will come to me later. Say that with me. The rest will come to me later. Yeah. So, and if you're like me, where I have to see the whole picture from beginning to end before I can move, just smack yourself out of it and say, I'll worry about that later. I'm just going to do what's right here in front of me. Do you know that there was a survey done in 33 different cultures of people who were happy? And you know that almost the most common characteristic of all those happy people was that they took risks. Why in the world would taking a risk create happiness? Any thoughts? Reward? Yeah. I mean, when we take a risk, it's usually because we've never done this before and we don't know what the outcome is, right? So if we're going to take a risk, it's an opportunity to move toward your dream. We're not talking about running from fear. We're talking about walking toward your dream. And if you have to go slow, take a little step at a time, that's okay. But I challenge you. You know everything you need to know that we've talked about so far. Spirit is feeding you how to do this. Take that one step, that new thing you haven't done before, and see what the reward will be in that. I'll figure the rest out along the way. Take a breath. Okay, here's the jackpot. Here's the bonus. That as you commit to this manifestation process, you've got an entire team on the other side that are just sitting around twiddling their thumbs, waiting for you to ask for help. Do you believe that? Yes. Okay. Well, how many times have I gotten up in the morning and never even thought to say, hey, I got this thing going on today, Spirit, and I know that there's some spiritual consciousness up there that's been through this before and knows the highest and best way to approach this, so I'm open and receptive to any help that can support me as I do my thing. And my thing is to stay in touch with Spirit, to take the steps and stay in touch. But can't hurt to bring in some extra power, right? Yeah. And that's where it starts to get fun. I mean, it's almost like you're playing a game, and the universe is just saying, oh, let's put this down right in front of her and see what she does. And it's like, it's one of the biggest gifts, and you're like, wow, that is so cool, thank you. Sorry, I've been told that I smack things a lot. But Just, there's a lot of good there. And Suzanne Giesman is someone that I've come to love over the last few years. And she was a left brain, high level in the Navy, worked with the chief of all the armed forces. What do they call that guy? Anyway, yeah, was there during 9/11, just, been very logical, focused, very left brain. And through a unfolding of circumstances in her life, she is now living the life basically open and receptive to what Spirit has to say from the other side. She connects people with their loved ones who've passed on. She's written books. She does tons of podcasts. And her ideas resonate with me, so it feels good to me. Don't worry about it if it doesn't feel that way for you. But I just wanted to share something she said. On the screen, she said, in your leadership and management classes, you learn about delegation. This does not mean you get out of doing work. It means that you count on help from others. Delegate to the angels, dear one. You do not have to do it all alone. There are so many of us waiting to help you. So ask for assistance, why don't you? You have heavenly helpers in abundance. If you doubt this, then you will continue doing the heavy lifting. And who wants to do that, right? You've got help just waiting. Jesus said, I work and my Father works. I do what's in front of me to do, and the Spirit is also present to support me in this. So keep in mind, we have infinite good ready to unfold one good thing after another. But it does us no good if we're not open and receptive to receive it, if we're not open and able to give it, and if we're not willing to sit down and take the steps to manifest it, to clarify what it is that we desire, to think about it until we can see it in our mind and feel it in our emotions, to make time to pay attention to what's coming out of our mouth about it, and absolutely giving thanks for it, becoming the essence of it before it actually manifests. And when you do those steps in your consciousness, most of this is happening in consciousness first. Did you notice that? The last step is now put it to work. Now get out and take a step in that direction. So how about if we do that work in meditation now? Because this is something that we can do to get us into a place of awareness of all the good that's available to us. Remember, we're going to become the good first. We're going to get the mental equivalent of it going in us. And we don't have to get very specific about this. We can simply just try and equate our consciousness with the consciousness of God about the things in our life. So let's take some time to close our eyes, to relax, to breathe deeply, to relax again, to breathe deeply again. My thoughts are fully focused on the Spirit within. That presence of divine wisdom and love, my highest self, here to live and celebrate life. And as I join my heart and mind with that presence of Spirit, I become open and receptive to the unlimited prosperity that God is. I see that field of infinite supply as divine energy, just waiting for me to gather it in, to give it a picture, to set it free. that supply never runs out. I live in freedom. God's supply is freedom. What you are, God, I am. I am free. I allow my thoughts to dwell on the presence of God as life. That life energy that animates, that renews, that gives birth to. There is no lack of divine life. You are life, God, and what you are, I am. I am life and strength and renewal. I am health and well-being. With my thoughts centered in my heart, I realize the presence of love. The very essence of the one power. Love at this moment is working for my good. Love at this moment sees my good. God is the harmonizing power of love in this universe. And what you are, God, I am. I am love. One with this spirit at the heart of my being, I feel and know its power. Power to do, power to choose, to make decisions for good. This force that holds the universe together holds my life together for good. Pouring one good thing after another into my life. God is power, and as you are power, God, I am power. And just as my mind is aware in this moment of the presence and the power of God, the mind of God is aware of me. That my thoughts are moving within the mind of God. That I am open and receptive to those thoughts. Intelligent thoughts, wise thoughts, creative ideas. Ideas that come without limit, that show the next step, that guide me in my path. Divine Spirit is wise. Divine Spirit is wisdom. What you are, Spirit, I am. I am wisdom. And as I allow my thoughts to scan my body, I invite it into a peaceful place of relaxation. That as every muscle releases its hold and tension, I feel the deep peace of God within me, knowing that I am safe, that all is well, that this peace of God surpasses all thought, all reasoning. And as I allow that peace to flow freely in and through me, I am the peace of God. That which I become, I manifest. I am the fullness of God's good expressing. Hold that thought in your heart. I am the fullness of God's good expressing. I am the fullness of God's good expressing. This is the truth of our being, and now we let it be. And so it is. Amen. I'll just encourage you to let this week be a fun week, a playful week, an expectant week of one good thing after another, and allow yourself to ask, what would I like to do with this one good thing? What would I like to turn this into with all this good available to me? And then report back, will you? When we take time every week to share our tithes and our love offerings, it's one of those times where we allow that good in and then we allow it to flow out, knowing that it can only come back again. And so if this feels good to you today, remember, check in with the feeling. If it feels good to you to be a channel for that good to flow, then I'm going to invite you to bring it into this community to allow it to continue to unfold its good so that we can return it back to you, and that is how it goes. If you're watching online, we cherish your gifts as well. And if you could do that today, you can do it online at unityinnaperville.org. Or you can mail a check to Unity at our P.O. Box 9733 in Naperville, and the zip is 60567. As usual, let's bless what we give. Let's free it to do good work. Up here on the screen, together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. Thank you. Say that like you feel that gratefulness. That's important. Thank you. Ushers, would you come, please?
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
All right, good morning. I'm Liz, and I'm going to be doing the morning announcements.
Morning, Liz.
Try not to do that. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We're glad you're here. Please complete the orange registration card at the welcome table and leave at the info table. We'll keep you posted about upcoming events. Virtual newcomers can sign up for the weekly e-news at unityinnaperville.org. A big thank you to our Deck the Halls volunteers. Doesn't it look great? Our holiday service project is helping children of grandparents raising grandchildren experience the joy of Christmas. See the link in unityinnaperville.org to order a gift through Amazon, or pick up a list in the front room and shop anywhere. Bring in or order gifts by next Sunday. Gift cards of all types are also welcome. If you'd like to donate at unityinnaperville.org, please enter Christmas gifts in the reason box. T-shirt orders are due by next Sunday. We have new colors, women's sizing, and long sleeves. Order shirts at the info table or online at unityinnaperville.org or for delivery on December 17th. Pickup at Unity is free. Shipping is available for extra fee. Be sure to tell your Unity friends. Join us today after the service for lunch at Portillo's at 1992 West Jefferson Street off of Route 59 in Naperville. Monday Morning Metaphysics meets tomorrow online at 10:30 on Zoom. The group is reading The 5 Principles by Ellen Davenport. If you were born in December, let us help you celebrate your birthday. Please forward a photo along with your name and birthday by Thursday, and we'll sing to you next Sunday. Email photo and information to admin@unityinnaperville.org. Come play bingo on Friday at 7 p.m. here at Unity. Bingo! Please bring a snack to share and $2 cash to fund the prize pot. Drinks will be provided. RSVP to admin@unityinnaperville.org or sign up in the front room. Join Energy of Spirit next Sunday at 12:15 p.m. or Saturday, December 9th at 10 a.m. Have fun and learn easy, non-strenuous techniques to improve your overall energy, mental clarity, sleep, and mood. Love offering $10 at the info table. Crafters Circle meets Friday, December 8th at 6:30 p.m. Save the date for our annual Unity Christmas party and potluck, Sunday, December 10th. Prayer chaplains are available to pray with you in the prayer room after the service. Would our chaplains please stand? Carol, thank you. Thanks so much. Or you can email your name and and phone number to prayer@unityinnaperville.org, and a prayer chaplain will call you today by 1 p.m. For details on all our events, see the event calendar at unityinnaperville.org or email admin@unityinnaperville.org. Kitty has a couple more announcements. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.
Cute shoes. I said that out loud, sorry. Everyone wants to see your shoes now. Okay, so we said goodbye to Haley, who's been lovingly caring for our building for a year or so, and now we're taking the opportunity to create our clean team like we had before COVID, and we're looking for probably 3 more people. We've got 2 so far, and we just are looking for someone who can clean maybe once every 4 to 6 weeks. So we've got a list, and it looks like a big place, but it's manageable, I would say. And we really, 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 really welcome your help. Yeah. That was one of our cleaners up there saying, yeah, we really, really need this. Yeah, just consider it, especially if you've been wanting to give more financially, but this isn't a time for you to do that. This is another way to actually really support your Unity community. So if you'd like to do that, you can either sign up out in the front room, let me know, send an email to admin@unityinnaperville.org, and we'll put you on the schedule. Thank you. And then finally, let me just remind you this is only the third time, but we're gonna be doing this for a few months. Talking about our new cafe, which is very exciting if you haven't seen that yet. So this is a combination of a fundraiser for Unity itself and also to create our space out front. So as you can see, the wall is gone, and it's going to create this huge space for us to have greater community together. So we're inviting people to take December through March to set up regular giving above and beyond what you're already giving in order for us to raise $50,000. What do you think about that? I think that's an okay applause, but let me show you this next thing that better get you a lot more applause. Someone has offered a matching gift. Yes, so up to $4,400 for anyone who will actually set up an automatic 4-month gift towards the cafe. So it has to be set up by the end of December in order to qualify. So if we can get, if you wanted to give more, this is your opportunity to give more without giving more, if you know what I mean. Right? Isn't that the way it works? So again, go to our website, Unity. I'll show you in a minute here, but let's go to the next slide. Here's how you do it to set up automatic giving. There's a form out front, a yellow piece of paper that has this form you can fill out by hand, and it gives you a chance to do it with your credit card or have it come from your checking account. And let's go to the next slide. Fill it out or go online. Either the form in the front room or unityinnaperville.org has a big cafe link on the homepage that will take you to explaining all about the program, everything that we're going to be doing, why we're doing it, and give you a chance to fill that out online if you'd like to do that. So help us double your funds between now and the end of December by setting that up. December, January, February, March.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So if we go to the Form 4 Better Together, when we do the recurring giving, does that one automatically stop after 4 months? It's
Yes.
different from the other one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It won't automatically do it, but we will do it.
Yep.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
So we don't have to worry about going online and
No.
stopping. Okay.
We'll help you do that when the time comes. Yeah. Anybody else have questions? Okay. And so remember that thing we talked about today in my message? And anyone? I guess I just needed to hear it for myself. But this is an opportunity for us to manifest something and watch it happening in the process. Having a good time in the process and just watching how Spirit. So can you go back one slide? Okay, so that right there, that's a God thing. Do you see that? The $4,400 gift that came in is a God thing. Spirit's like, oh, let me just nudge these people over here, and it'll help nudge these people over here, and this will just continue to unfold. So we celebrate these little victories along the way and just have fun with Spirit. Watch how wonderful this will unfold, I promise you. Thanks for letting me chat away. Okay, we're good. And do we have one more song?
We do.
Okay, you want to stand as you're able? We'll sing our way out.
Thank you. And I look forward. are you going to be here next week, Kitty? I know you're moving. No.
I won't be here next week.
Okay. So I'll be sharing the message. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
I'm looking for, I just haven't come up with the title yet. It's either going to be the message is called Trip of a Lifetime or One Good Thing After Another, Travel Edition.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Love it.
May we go forth, send forth this benediction. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful. this to yourself. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. And may you be loved. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. And may you be loved. To all of my relations, I bow to you, and we are all related. A common thread runs right through, and we can sing this simple song for the ones in pain, and we sing for the suffering. May these words melt that pain away. We send this out now. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. And may you be loved. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. And may you be loved. Send it to someone in this room. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. And may you be loved. One more time now. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. And may you be loved.
That actually reminds me one more thing, is that if you feel like you already got all the good that you can handle in your life, think about others who you could manifest good for, okay? If there's infinite supply out there, nobody needs to go hungry, right? Yeah, so let's just get busy to work that up in our consciousness so that we can be a channel for others' good. And here is our closing affirmation. Let's say this together. I'm designed to create one good thing after another. Yes, you are. Okay, so take a minute to say hey to somebody, introduce, see what came up for them during the service, join us for refreshments, and come to all the stuff that's happening this week. Hold a good thought for my move. Love you guys.
And to our friends who have joined us online, thank you for being with us. Always appreciate you. And I hope you've been singing along. I trust your heart has been open to the good word that's gone. I am free. I am free to be. Free to be. That's Christ in expression. I am free. I am free to be. Free to be. The Christ in expression. I am free. I am free to be. Free to be. The Christ in expression. I am free. I am free to be. Free to be. The Christ in expression. My wisdom lets me know the guidance of my soul. My will sets the way. My heart knows I must take. My heart knows I must take. Oh, I am free. I am free to be. Free to be. The Christ in expression. I am free. I am free to be. Free to be. The Christ in expression. My faith lets me see the Christ I'm free to be. My power chooses thoughts that only raise me up. That only raise me up. Oh, I am free. I am free to be. Free to be. The Christ in expression. I am free. I am free to be. Free to be. The Christ in expression. My power to say no releases what must go. My love love sets me free to be the good I seek. Oh, I am the good I seek. Oh, I am free. I am free to be the Christ in expression. I am free. I'm so free to be the Christ in expression. All right, thank you guys. Thank you, that was good.